Can you tell the difference between a saturated and unsaturated fatty acid? Remember that saturated fatty acids don't contain any double bonds between all of the carbons and hydrogens, while unsaturated fatty acids have at least one double bond. So taking a look at this fatty acid, is it saturated or unsaturated? Remember to ignore this section of the fatty acid. We're just looking at the carbon-hydrogen tail here. This is a saturated fatty acid since there are no double bonds and each carbon is saturated with hydrogen. What about this fatty acid? Is it unsaturated or saturated? You can see, again, we have our carbon-hydrogen tail. It's actually going to be unsaturated because of this one double bond. What about this fatty acid? It's not like the others. You can't see all of the hydrogens and carbons, but if you notice here, we have a bunch of these double bonds, which makes it unsaturated. Here's another example of fatty acid, but you can't see all the carbons and hydrogens. However, you can see there are no double bonds here in the carbon-hydrogen tail, so this is a saturated fatty acid. And lastly, is this an unsaturated or saturated fatty acid? This fatty acid does have a bend here, however, there are no double bonds, so this is a saturated fatty acid.